Well, alright guys, welcome back to another video. And it is currently Labor Day weekend, and we're going to be showing our patriotic side, and we're going to be putting up a flagpole that we've been holding on to since our Illinois State Fair that we bought that flagpole from, and now we're finally getting around to getting to it, so that's what we're going to do. So, ultimately how this is all should at least go together is we're going to put the flagpole somewhere around there, or at least the base of the flag pole, and then we gotta use this post hole digger and then dig out a hole somewhere in this area, right? Somewhere around there.
Yep, right on that.
And then we just gotta make sure, because, well, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's power lines right up along up and through here, so we just got to keep that in mind. That's why we're not putting it in front of that big log or in front of the little barrier here, because otherwise we're going to be up into the power line. This flagpole is supposed to go up to 25 feet. I'm not too sure how tall the power line is, but I think we should still be okay still, at least I think. Alright, so we got a part of the hole dug, then we found out that we initially made that hole way bigger than we needed to. That hole is about 30 inches in diameter, and it's supposed to be less than half that. It's supposed to be 14 inches wide in diameter, and we got it set up at about 30, so we did overdo that just by a little bit. So nice comparison, like compared to the size that it should be versus size that it is on how we thought it should be. So that's the start. So we're at the top. This is the start, and then right over there is the end, and then it's supposed. That's how big it's supposed to be. Where that circle gravel. That's how big it's supposed to be, and then how big our hole is. I think you overestimated a little bit.
Always go bigger.
Yeah, then now I just don't have enough sack concrete.
Well, I think it'll be alright. We'll mix a little rock in.
Is it gonna break?
The bolts are getting a little loose on it.
Yeah, that.
No, we're not going too far.
That appears to be the problem.
Pretty close first try.
I was gonna say that looks about right.
I think you're good. Keep coming. Alright, back up a little bit.
We're going to go take down our sweet corn fence. because we already picked and went through all of our sweet corn, and it's probably pretty much completely dead now by this point. We're gonna grab a couple of tools. We already got my grandma's gator that we're gonna use, and we're gonna go take care of that and pull the post out of the ground, reel up the wire, grab the actual battery charger, and then we'll be on our way. So as you can see, it's not the best looking sweet corn patch you guys have probably ever seen, and it was pretty good looking. And then obviously, you know, we picked all of our corn ears, and well, that was kind of the end of that. So Dad's on the other loader tractor. He should be on his way right now. We're gonna wrap a chain around the 4 big corner posts here. These tiny little posts here, I don't think is gonna do anything. We probably could just be able to yank those right up out of the ground. But these 4 up on corners, they drove a little bit further into the ground, and they're also quite a bit more thicker and heavy duty than the rest. For those of you guys who don't know exactly how a sweet corn fence works, how it works is you have your charger right here, so your battery pack right here. Obviously it's solar charged, so as the sun beats down on it, it gets more volts. You can just flip it on, and then you'll see the ticker go up, and then you just turn it right back off. I'm just going to turn it off because there's no point to even have it on anymore. And then it's all mounted on to this. It's mounted onto the 4 posts. So you put this on one of the posts, drive all the other 4 in, put these little tiny posts here with these insulators that hold the wire. You string the wire across, and then you hook it up to there. You link all the wires together, you hook it up to the charger, you plug it in, you turn it on, and theoretically it should work perfectly with no problems at all. Now that's obviously not how really everything works, so you sometimes end up having some problems, but oh well, it just is what it is sometimes.
Get the combine.
I see you forgot to spray this part. It looks a little overgrown at this point.
That's why you're gonna mow it off.
Yeah, I know. Well, we can wait for tomorrow for that one.
And the coons still got in after I shut the fence off.
Well,
that stuff was a little chewy.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably wouldn't taste very good for them. So, real quick, I'm going to show you guys how we do this for one example here. So, we just took the end 3 rows off on this end and on that end down there. So now we're working long ways. So now we're going to be using that reel. And so how it works is I come down to this end where it's just got the little rollers, and then I just untwist it and undo it at the end. He sits down at that end where it's the ratchet kind of style post ends, and then he undoes his end. He hooks it up to the last row there, because he puts out a little tag in so he can tie the end of this row onto the last row, and then he starts to reel it up, and then I just hold on to it and follow him. So he's reeling it in, I just got in hanging on to the end, and then I'm just trailing right behind him. I didn't have it on video because I was down at the other end, but you went full bulldozer mode with the gator. I was gonna say, yeah, you had to make a path anyway, so. Alright, we got all the little fence posts pulled out. Now we're just gonna have to pull out the 4 big ones. Alright guys, well, it's about that time of the day. I think we're calling her quits, I think. We got some gutter guys here. They're fixing our gutter from I don't know. It was it was from a while ago, from many months ago, when we had all that snow. When I was showing you guys when I called it the Ledge of Death, that was basically just a blot of snow with ice sickles hanging off of it and everything. And that's a lot of weight hanging off of that, and all that stuff came down, and just from the weight of that snow sitting there and from the force of all that snow slowly coming down, yeah, that ended up ruining and destroying the gutter. So they're over there, they're fixing that. I'm just putting some stuff away. I'll cut to whenever we actually are doing something.